actually how they
Yes.
review? What
Or
is the
review.
review? What do
Review
you mean by
means
review?
review the food, review the dual. Review means review the purpose. For example, this food, like remember just now we say, what's the purpose of this food? This food is to maintain the life, to reduce the hunger. This
Oh,
medicine is to cure the sickness, to reduce the pain. So review the
oh,
purpose.
mm.
Okay. So there are two times. The first time is when they accept it, they should review. So
Mm.
if they forget to review, then at the moment of accept it, then they should review when they start to use it.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
the best,
okay.
of course, two. When they accept, they need to review. When they use it, they need to review. So that's why to become a bhikkhu or follow the bhikkhuni rules, there are many, many steps, many rules and regulations.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
review is more of the purpose lah,
Yes,
like what
yes.
is it for lah? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
Thank you, thank you.
So then it's actually this is kind of like real mindfulness practice because the moment they review it, then they really understand the purpose of it. So they make sure that they use it for that purpose only. For example,
Okay.
we eat the food. Of course, if we eat the food to maintain our life, that's a real purpose, right? When we eat
Mm,
the food. But normally we eat the food because we enjoy the food, right? Yeah.
correct.
So, but that is not the purpose of the food for the bhikkhu, all right, for the sangha.
Okay, so it's sort of like a way of reminding them lah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
can.
That's why the actually according to if you we read the Vinaya for the bhikkhu bhikkhuni, there are many, many rules. All these rules are training for the mind, for them
Mm,
to be more mindful, especially the use of four requisites, and also for them to practice in their holy life. All right.
okay,
Okay.
can.
Thank you for your
Thanks.
questions. Okay. Any question? You know, I continue. Okay. So now, when we read the Visuddhimagga, so it's actually a very big book, right? So I only copy some. You can read yourself, but there are many information. I don't think you cannot remember all. Remember, Visuddhimagga is written by the Buddhaghosa monk to impress the other monks, elders in the Mahavihara. So he will put all the later information. So it's a very, very huge information. What we do is we read whatever we can. It's impossible to memorize all, but at least we get to know the essence. What is the purpose of this path of purification? Here is based on Sīla. Now, Sīla is talking about in terms of discipline, in terms of following the teaching, following the Patimokkha for Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni, and for the restraint and so on, right? So, okay, all right. So, next person. So, I ask you all to read first to save my voice, and also, so you also another reason is for all to participate in the reading, so you all don't feel sleepy. Brother King, can you read this one? 126.
Okay.
Yeah.
Purification is of four kinds: purification by the teaching, purification by restraint, purification by search, and purification by reviewing. Herein, virtue of the Patimokkha restraint is called purification by the teaching. For that is so called because it purifies by means of teaching. Virtue of restraint of faculty is called purification by restraint. For that is so called because it purifies by means of the restraint in the mental resolution. I shall not do so again. Virtue of livelihood purification is called purification by search. For that is so called because search is purified in one who abandons wrong search and get requisite lawfully and properly. Virtue dependent on requisite is called purification by reviewing. For that is so called because it purifies by the reviewing of the kind already described. Hence it was said above, there is no offense for one who is mindful in using after accepting without mindfulness.
Okay. So
Okay.
this
Yeah.
mentioned the thank you. Mentioned the question just now. So the moment accept you need to review. And after using it, you also need to review. But sometimes people might accept at the time they might be busy, so they forget to review. But at least in the moment of using it, they should review. So this is just some because in Visuddhimagga it will explain like 2 types or 3 types or 4 types, all right? So here explain there are 4 types. Here 4 types of purification. Now purification by teaching. Teaching means the teaching of the Buddha because they are following the teaching of Buddha. So there's a Patimokkha. Patimokkha is rules for bhikkhu and bhikkhuni, so we call it Patimokkha. Now faculties means sense faculty. We restrain our eye, ear, nose, tongue, and mind, body and mind. So they call it restraint, right? And livelihood is like, for example, like monks, how they get their food and so on. So they need to go for search. They need to go for alms out. They need to search for the food. So they need to abandon the wrong search and get lawfully. For in Myanmar is here, monks can go for alms round every day. For Sīla, they only go for 1 week about 1 time. So 8 months about 8 times only. So the timing is different. Right? So anyway, need to abandon the long search and get the requisite lawfully and properly. And next one is requisite. You need to review it, right? Review the moment you use it or the moment you at the moment you accept and the moment you use it. Okay. Now this part will be interesting because we talk about what is inheritance. Okay, next person. Wong Lian Ho. Yeah, you can read this one. 127. Wong Lian Ho. Elaine, yeah. I think she's not around. Okay. Okay. How about your Hoi Check? Yeah. Sister Yo Hoi Check. Can you read this one?
Saji, I'm driving home. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
I'm
So
not
no
able to read
problem. It's
some-
okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, then we go for Sister Wong. Wong Pochu. Yeah. 127.
Okay, good evening. Thank you, Jim.
Yes, okay.
Use of the requisites by the 7 kinds of trainers is called use as an inheritance, for they are the Buddha's sons. Therefore, they make use of the requisites as the heirs of requisites belonging to their father. But how then? Is it the Blessed One's requisites or the laity's requisites that are used? Although given by the laity, they actually belong to the Blessed One, because it is by the Blessed One that they are permitted. That is why it should be understood that the Blessed One's requisites are used. The confirmation here is in the Dhamma Dayada Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 3, number 3. Used by those whose cankers are destroyed is called use as a master, for they make use of them as masters because they have escaped the slavery of craving.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sergey.
Now, these are how the requisites are used by 7 kinds of trainers. Trainers means training to be to be arahant, right? So will be first stage, second stage, third stage, right, and so on. Now inheritance, okay. Now Buddha is considered like father, so those under the training to be arahant, so they are considered as the Buddha's son. So they use it as a, right? Because even though it's given by laity, so because they are belong to the Blessed One, because by the Blessed One they are permitted. So this is in this sutta. So you all should read this sutta, Dhamma Dayada, who is the inheritance of the Dhamma. Now, whose those whose cankers refer to Arahant. So when Arahant, they use any requisite, so they use it as master because they have escaped the slavery or craving. So Arahant is free for craving. So that's why no more slavery. So they can use as a master. So there are here few types here. Use and master is the best. Use and inheritance because allowable by the Buddha. Use and debt is not good. And the theft is the worst. Theft is used by those unvirtuous Sangha. Okay. Right. But if this use of what is revealed by one who virtuous is used free from debt, because it is the opposite of use as debt and is included use in the inheritance too. For those possessed of virtue is called a trainer too because of possessing this training. Right. So it says those who have Sīla, all right, possess of virtue means Silawa. So it's considered a trainer because they are training to reach enlightenment, training to be Arahant. So they also can use the requisites allowable. All right. So among these three kinds of use of the master is the best. So that's the best here. To be Arahant, that's the best. So when a bhikkhu undertakes virtue dependent on requisite, he should aspire to that and use them after reviewing. So he should aspire to be Arahant and also he should review them in the way as mentioned. Means that review the purpose like the robes to cover the body, the food is to reduce the hunger, the medicine is to reduce the pain and so on. Okay, so there's this one. All right. Sister Wu, can you read this one? This one. Won Liang Ho. You can read this one.
Carrying the wishes of those not fully admitted to the order should be understood as wishes consisting in limited purification, because it is limited to by the number of training precept that is 5 or 8 or 10, which just consisting in limited purification, since it is undertaken without reserve and has no obvious limit such as gain, fame, relative, limb, and life.
Okay, you can continue. 1, 3, 4. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mechanisms ordinary man which from the time of admissions to the orders is deviate even of the stain of a wrong thought because of its extreme purity, like a germs of purest water, like well refined gold, become the proximate cause for arahantship itself, which is why this is called consisting of fulfill purification like that of the elders Sankara Gita, the Greek of Sankara Gita, the nephew. Friends, I see no action done by me without mindfulness and unknowingly since the time I went forth. His nephews also reached arahantship in the same way of the age of 50 years.
Okay, so this one on the story of 1, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, cannot. Have to find again. Okay. Now this is actually interesting story. Okay. All right. So we read this story. Sally, yes. Sally, yeah. Okay. Right. So is Sally not free? So maybe MYT. MYT, yes. Okay, you can read this story. Yes.
135.
Yes.
The elder Sankarakita, the great Maha Sankarakita, aged over 60, was laying, it seems, on his deathbed. The order of Bhikshu questioned him about attainment of the supramundane state. The elder said, I have no supramundane state. Then the young bhikkhu who was attending on him said, Venerable Sir, people have come as much as 12 leagues, thinking that you have reached Nibbana. It will be a disappointment for many if you die as an ordinary man. Friend, thinking to see the Blessed One, Mithya, I did not try for insight. So help me to sit up and give me the chance. He helped the elder to sit up and went out. As he went out, the elder reached arahantship, and he gave a sign by snapping his fingers. The order assembled and said to him, Venerable Sir, you have done a difficult thing in achieving the supramundane state in the hour of death. That was not difficult, friend, but rather I will tell you what is difficult. Friends, I see no actions done by me without mindfulness and unknowingly since the time I went forth. His nephew also reached arahantships in the same way at the age of 50 years. Now,
Okay.
if a man, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. So this is called Mahasangarakita, age 60. All right. You can see actually he has very good mindfulness and he has a very good precept, but he did not enlighten before he passed away. Why? Because he want to see the future Buddha. He waiting to see the Maitreya. So in the Tipitaka, in some of the texts already mentioned the future Buddha will be Maitreya. Some of the monks in the past or even now, they want to see the real living Buddha. So like him, he want to see the Maitreya. That's why he didn't try very hard at insight meditation. But the young bhikkhu means his attendant tell him that many people coming already want to see him. They think that he already reached Nibbana. Then he said he don't want to disappoint people. So he asked the people to help him to sit up. All right. And then the attendant went out. Then he tried hard and he reached Arahant. Okay. So it's a very short time. He managed to gain all the way to in an hour of that to Arahant. Because of what? Because he have very good mindfulness and he has a good concentration, you can see. All right. So that's the story of 135. Okay. So this is considered as a fulfilled purification. So the one is a limited purification. If first limited by like you all 5, 8, and so on. And unlimited is undertake without reserve. So all these are just different terms only. All right. So no worry. So just to know some different types of Sīla and also to get to know some of the story. Okay. Now 137. And I think after that, yeah, we're going to finish soon. So somebody read Michael, you can read this one. Michael, 137, 139. Okay. Michael, are you around? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh?
What should be understood as virtue consisting in purification, not adhere to its trainer's virtues, because it is not inherent to false view, and ordinary man's virtue, when not inherent to by greed, like the virtue of the elderly Tisa, the landowner's son. It is the virtue of Arahant, etc., that should be understood as tranquilized purification, because of tranquilizations of all disturbance and because of purifiedness. In the second vertet, the meaning should be understood as abandoning, etc., of killing living things, etc. For this is said in Patisamabhida. 5 kinds of virtue. In the case of killing living things, abandon is virtue, abstention is virtue, violation is virtue, restraint is virtue, transgression is virtue.
Okay, thank you. All right. So this is a different category. Now, first is not adhere, means not attached to one. So trainers means those who already attain enlightenment. So they are not attached. There's no wrong view, right? And if ordinary person, they do not have greed, right? Like the story of elder Tisa, then honor or son. So 137 look for 138. So I have to actually it's interesting to read all this story. Mudita G, can you read 138? Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Saji.
Yeah.
Also, there was a certain senior elder who was very ill and unable to eat with his own hand. He was reading smeared with his own urine and excrement. Seeing him, a certain young bhikkhu said, "Oh, what a painful process life is." The senior elder told him, "If I were to die now, friend, I should obtain the bliss of heaven. I have no doubt of that, but the bliss obtained by breaking this virtue will be like the lay state obtained by disavowing the training." And he added, "I shall die together with my virtue." As he lay there, he comprehended that same illness with insight, and he reached arahantship. Having done so, he pronounced these verses to the order of bhikkhus.
You can read this one poem. Yeah. I
am victim of a sickening disease that wrecks me with its burden of cruel pain. As flowers in the dust burnt by the sun, so this my corpse will soon have withered up. Unbeautiful called beautiful, unclean while reckoned as if clean, though full of odor seeming fair to him that cannot see it clear. So out upon this ailing rotting body, fatigued and filthy, punished with affliction, doting on which this silly generation has lost the way to be reborn in heaven.
Okay. So this is a story of somebody who sick, but he still contemplate his own body, right? So how is one of the vipassana practice means even though you are very sick, you are very unwell, you still can take the body as a meditation object. So try to see this ailing, rotting body full of affliction, right? So if he prefer not to born in the heaven, but he contemplate until sickness with vipassana until he reach arahantship. All right. So when we are sick, ill, or whatever, so we can just take our body as a main object to contemplate. So, right. So yeah, this one of the story in 138. Right. So I think the rest is okay. So I think okay, now this is coming to the end already. Right? I think there are some more there. But still, I think up to here should be okay. Now, this actual conclusion is I already mentioned in the beginning. So what's the purpose of having Sīla? First, non-remorse. If you have morality, virtue, means a good quality in your mind, so you don't have remorse. Then you have gladdening, happiness, and tranquility, joy. Then based on your tranquility and joy, you can get concentration. Based on concentration, you can see the namarupa, then you can get dispassion, then you get peace, direct knowledge, enlightenment, and nibbana. So that's why morality, sila, virtue, all these are foundation. Okay. And then there are some more at the end. Okay, we try to finish my notes today. All right, so I just copy from text. Okay, now virtual tone. How does it tone? How does it defile? How does it not tone? All right. So, okay, let's see. Okay, now this is actually interesting because on this part, the Buddha, the Blessed One, he actually kind of like criticizing because in the ancient time there are some ascetic, there are some Brahmin. They say to lead the life of purity, right? Even though he does not enter to any sexual intercourse with women, but he agrees to be massaged, manipulated, bathing, rubbed by women. So he takes enjoyment, desire, satisfaction. So this is called tone. The virtue for him is tone. It's land, butchered, and then mortar in one who lead the life of purity. So this means that even though he said to lead the life of purity, he's unclean. So this is called the bound by the bond of sexuality. Okay. So even the Brahmin is like the high level caste in the India, even now, right? So he not agree to sexual thing, but he still enjoy, play, amuse with women. He still look at the woman, listen to sound of women, right? So the Buddha actually criticized them. So he's still recording them, and then he still enjoy the householder and seeing them enjoying in the sense desire, right? Even some of the Brahmin, then they lead the life of purity because they want to be a deities, right? So this is all called toneness. Toneness means the sila is not perfect. Okay, so this part is more important on toneness. How to make sure the sila is not torn, not disturbed. Sim, okay, Sister Sim, can you read this one?
Thank you, Saji.
Okay.
Untonus, however, is accomplished by the complete non-breaking of the training precepts, by making amends for those broken for which amends should be made, by the absence of the 7 bonds of sexuality, and as well by the non-arising of such evil things as anger, enmity, contempt, domineering, envy, avarice, deceit, fraud, obduracy, presumption, pride, conceit, haughtiness, conceit or vanity, and negligence, MN7, and by the arising of such qualities as fewness of wishes, contentment, and effacement, MN24.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Now make sure your sila, your virtue is not torn, untonus. So any precept you take 5 precept or any higher precept, make sure you don't break it. And for those you break it, make sure you amend it. All right, make sure make it amend. And not the 7 bonds of sexuality mentioned above. Also, main thing is that make sure no akusala mind like anger, hatred, evil, pride, conceit. And make sure your mind has good qualities. So that's important because if your sila, you have good qualities like a fewness of wish, contentment, then your model is good, your mind also become more better. Okay. And this one. I think this one not so important. Now, how you can cleanse your Sīla? Make sure you see the danger. If you fail in a virtue, what is the danger? And if you have perfected Sīla, virtue, what is the benefits? All right. So 154. All right. Okay, Thomas, you can read 154. Thomas, yeah.
Furthermore, on account of his unvirtuousness, an unvirtuous person is displeasing to deities and human beings, is uninstructable by his fellows in the life of purity, suffers when unvirtuousness is censored, and is remorseful when the virtuous are praised. Owing to that unvirtuousness, he is as ugly as hemcloth. Contact with him is painful, because those who fall in with his views are brought to long-lasting suffering in the states of loss. He is worthless, because he causes no great fruit to accrue to those who give him gifts. He is as hard to purify as a cesspit many years old.
Okay, thank you. All right. So this is a disadvantage of failing the, like mentioned above, is a Sīla is fail in Sīla, in virtue. So first, deities and human doesn't like him, displeasing. And then he's difficult to be taught. And then he suffers and he remorseful. When other people are praised, so he feel remorseful. All right. And he's worthless and he's hard to purify. So this is the danger of failing the Sīla. Okay, now 155. This is the advantage. Doreen Ong, can you read this one? 155.
Okay. Now, the blessed one has shown that when the unvirtuous have their minds captured by pleasure and satisfaction in the indulgence of the five courts of sense desires, in receiving salutations, in being honored, etc., the result of that karma directly visible in all ways is very violent pain. With that, karma as its condition capable of producing a gush of hot blood by causing agony of heart with the mere recollection of it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So when the unvirtuous people, they pretend to be virtuous. So people praise them, people honor them, and so on. So because of that result, pretending, right? Unvirtuous pretend to be virtuous. So they experience the violent pain. So according to what it say, that the hot blood come out, caused by agony of heart, right? So even they might feel very strong pain here. All right. I think my notes is up to here because I got time, so I prepare up to here. So what we can do is when you read this book, there are many information, actually a lot of information. So some are interesting to read because got many story here. Okay. Now, this part, and one thing we read with Visuddhimagga, here actually you can see there's a lot of quotation from other sutta. So by reading like just now, only few chapters, only few pages here, you already get to know many sutta. So this is an advantage. This one of the sutta here. Here may say here is text refer to the sutta. Okay, okay, somebody read. Chua Yok Moi. Can you read this one? Chua Yok Moi. Sister Chua. Okay, she's not now. All right, then Doris. Doris, can you read this one? Doris, yes.
Yeah, saya Ji.
Mm.
155. Now the Blessed One has shown that when the unvirtuous have their minds captured by pleasure and satisfaction in the indulgence of the five courts of sense desires, in receiving salutation, in being honored, etc., the result of that karma, directly visible in all ways, is very violent pain. With that karma as his condition capable of producing a gush of hot blood by causing agony of heart with the mere recollection of it. Here is the text. Bhikkhus, do you see that great mass of fire burning, blazing and glowing? Yes, Venerable Sir. What do you think, Bhikkhus? Which is better? That one, gone forth, should sit down or lie down, embracing that mass of fire burning, blazing and glowing, or that he should sit down or lie down, embracing a warrior noble maiden, or a Brahman maiden, or a maiden of householder family with soft, delicate hands and feet. It could be better, Venerable Sir, that he should sit down or lie down, embracing a warrior noble maiden. 55. It would be painful, Venerable Sir, if he sat down or lay down, embracing the great mass of fire burning, blazing and glowing. I say to you, Bhikkhus, I declare to you, Bhikkhus, that it would be better for one gone forth who is unvirtuous, who is evil-natured, of unclean and suspect habits, secretive of his acts, who is not an ascetic and claims to be one, who does not lead the life of purity and claims to do so, who is rotten within, lecherous and full of corruption, to sit down or lie down, embracing that great mass of fire burning, blazing and glowing. Why is that? By his doing so, because he might come to death or deadly suffering. Yet he would not on that account, on the breakup of the body after death, reappear in states of loss or in an unhappy destiny, in perdition, in hell. But if one who is unvirtuous, evil-natured, and full of corruption should sit down or lie down, embracing a warrior noble maiden, that would be long for his harm and suffering. On the breakup of the body after death, he would reappear in states of loss, in an unhappy destiny, in perdition, in hell.
Okay, thank you. So
Thank
this
you.
simile, yeah, thank you very much, Doris. So this simile actually is mentioned in one of the sutta. So is either somebody embrace the fire or a bhikkhu embrace a woman, all right? So which one is better? So if he embrace a woman, next time he will go to hell because he breaking the precept, right? But if he just embrace the mass of fire burning, he only will suffer. All right, he might suffer body pain, that's all, but he will not go to hell. But if he break his precept and hurt a woman, then purpose hurt a woman, then after breaking of the body, he will appear in hell. So this is one of the sutta. So you can see in Anguttara, volume 4. Right? So there are many suttas here, there are many sutta and so on. So yeah. So that's why seeing the danger in failure of virtue should be understood as reviewing, right? And so on. Okay. I think we're going to end here. Okay, yeah. So that this is the last part. Okay. Now the mind of one who understands thus shutters at failure of virtue and reaches out towards perfecting of virtue. So virtue should be cleansed with all care, seeing this danger of failure in virtue and these benefits of the perfection virtue in the way stated. And at this point, in the path of purification, which shown under the headings of virtue, Sīla, Samadhi, concentration, and understanding Panya by standard, when a wise man established well in virtue, virtue firstly has been fully illustrated. All right. So remember, the whole thing is based on the poem. When a wise man established virtue, right? Then he developed the mind and then the consciousness and understanding. So up to here, he's explained the virtue. So the main thing is this is the conclusion here, right? So the mind should always shutters, means always afraid if you fail to protect your Sīla, and also should try to perfect your Sīla as much as possible. So should cleanse it, right? So then it help you in your Samadhi. All right. I think by next week, I will maybe skip on this Tutanga practice because it will not be so helpful to maybe some part will be helpful, but not all, because Tutanga is not easy to practice. So Tutanga practice is kind of like ascetic practice. It's actually a little bit can say quite serious because there are 13 kind of ascetic practice. So I might skip this chapter, see how is it. All right. Anyway, so we stop here. So any last question? Somebody want to ask something?
Sayaji, this is Thomas. What is it about this snapping sign that the Sangha Harakita gave? What is the exact meaning? I've come about this every now and then in the suttas.
Sorry, what snapping sign? Or just now, is it?
In the story of Sangha Harakita,
Okay,
it
yes.
says when he attained arahantship, he
Yes.
did a snapping sign.
Okay, wait, let me see.
And I saw this mentioned in some suttas, and I also saw actually people at retreats do this. What is
Oh,
the meaning?
I think
Snapping
he
with the
calling.
fingers.
He calling his attendant, yeah. So wait, what's the page? Which page?
Maybe
145?
137.
Where?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so 135, okay. Okay, this one?
Yes, he gave a sign by snapping his fingers.
Oh no, he just tried to call the attendants instead of shouting out, you know.
Okay.
Just call his attendant to come back. So that's a sign of snapping finger. But actually, in some time in Abhidhamma, we also use the snapping of finger. It's like to say, it's a very short time, like a blink of eyes or snapping of finger. Then there are billions of consciousness arising, passing away. That if we are looking at the Abhidhamma point, but here it's just a way he call his attendant. That's all, and not much significance in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, thanks for your question. All right. Any other question? If not, we share the knowledge.
Sangaki.
Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
Xiu Hong here. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
It's not a question because I see some of the verses. There is this open bracket and close bracket. I think it's in the other book. Like false view. So is there a purpose of having that? Just now that 137. Sorry, 137. There the
Oh,
first.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It say according to translation, if when they translate, because it's not adhered to by view, but they will add this false view,
Yeah.
then to clarify the whole sentence. This is just added word. It's not in the
So
original Pali. It's an added one.
oh,
Yeah. All right.
that
So
means
like
it's the
added inside according to the sub commentary, because when they translate this book, they refer to another sub commentary which you can see in the footnote. All right. So this point is added on. So normally the bracket is the Pali, like this bracket is the Pali. This one is the added one. All right. So
added.
like this
That means
one,
it's, you can't find an original text.
Pali. Yes. Okay. For
Okay.
example, you can see. Let me see.
Like
Or like this also.
yes.
Okay.
So that means this is as the sub commentary added. Someone added it.
Yes. Somebody added it. Yeah.
To make it
All right.
clearer.
Yes, to make it clearer. Right. So
Okay.
that's how when for example when I translate, I also follow this. Anything I added for my thesis, I will put in bracket. So to show the people, I'm not so sure whether do they explain in the introduction or not. For me, my supervisor asked me to explain we call it this punctuation mark. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. If no question, we do the sharing of merits. So thank you for joining in. So I think this chapter Sīla, in a way, is interesting because we get to read a lot of suttas, different sutta, because you can see this is a commentary. Commentary means it's actually written not based on one sutta. It's based on certain idea. The idea here about Sīla, how you perfect your Sīla, what kind of Sīla, what kind of different types, how you cleanse it, when it's defiled, when it's torn, when it's broken, and so on. So based on the logic here, then the Buddha Gosa, he put in different sutta, so and also put in different story. Okay, so we can see how people they practice at that time. So we just do a short sharing of minutes. Thank you for helping me to read. It's good also because everybody got a chance to read, and then it makes interesting also. Right, so we do a short sharing of minutes. So by listening to the path of purification called in Pali Visuddhimagga, and this helps us to understand the importance of having good sila, virtue, and or morality. So which is we use it as a base for us to practice concentration and at the end to get good wisdom and understanding to reach Nibbana. So may we share the merits with all sentient beings, with our departed ones. So please follow me. Imano punya bagam sabba satanam dema. Imano punya bagam sabba satanam dema. Imano punya bagam sabba satanam dema. Sharing merits to the departed ones. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. We share this merit with all sentient beings. May they obtain this merit and be well and happy. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Sharing merits with the devas. Akasata cha bummata dewa naga mahitika punyam tam anumoditva chirarakantu sasanam. Akasata cha bummata dewa naga mahitika punyam tam anumoditva chirarakantu desanam. Akasata cha bummata dewa naga mahitika punyam tam anumoditva chirarakantu mamparanti. May all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and naga, almighty powers, having shared this merit, long protect the teaching, the dispensation of the Buddha, the teaching of the Buddha, and long protect me and others. Blessing to the world. Arurarogya sampati saga sampati me vacha adonibana sampati imena te samijatu devo vasatu kayena sasa sampati hotocha pito bhavato loko cha raja bhavato dhammiko. Longevity, good health, a rebirth in the heaven, and the attainment of Nibbana. May you achieve this by this merit. May the rain fall at suitable times. May the crop be abundant. May the world be prosperous. May the king or government be righteous. So finally, let us make aspiration. Ada imaya patipadaya jaramaranamha parimuchisami idam me punyam ashawakaya waham hotu idam me punyam nibbanasa pachayo hotu idam me silam magapalanyanasa pachayo hotu. Indeed, by this mental training, I shall surely be freed from aging, sickness, and death. By my merit, may I eradicate all defilements. May my merit be conducive to the attainment of Nibbana. May my observance of morality, Sīla, be a condition to attain path and fruition knowledge. Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satam samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. By this merit that I have acquired, may I never meet foolish, wicked person. May I meet the wise and virtuous person until I attain Nibbana, ultimate peace and happiness. Let us finish by saying Buddha Sasana. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Titatu. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Titatu. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Titatu. May the Buddha's teaching, Buddha dispensation last long in the world. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you very much for joining this session. So next week, I think if I skip the ascetic practice, maybe we will go for concentration already. Some of the previous notes of concentration is in the past lecture notes. All right. So today's one is already uploaded in the same Google Drive. You all can go and have a look. All right. It's in the new lecture note. Okay. Thank you for joining. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
You.
Thank you, Sayaji. Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayaji.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sayaji. Good night.
Good night,
Thank you,
Sayaji.
Sayaji. Good
Good
night,
night,
Sayaji.
Sayaji.
Good night,
Thank
sadhu.
you.
Thank you, Saji. Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank you.
sadhu.
All
Good
right.
night and take care.
Take care, Dr. Chala.
Dr. Chia. Had to wait for confirmation, but it's okay. Confirm already since I passed PhD already.
We're so happy for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
happy. Thank you.
So yeah, I can